To become one of the best paintball teams in the world, it takes a lot of skill. And the only way you can get that skill is through practice, but it's not free. So how much do you think it costs for a professional paintball player to practice? And I'm gonna tell you just that. But not only that, I'm gonna go into the details of how much it costs me to practice, all the way down to how much I spend on food as we prepare for the largest tournament in the world. And stay to the end of the video, not only see what I spend, but what other people think they spend on paintball practice. Alright boys, today is Friday, is the first day of practice. This is a full 3-day practice. We are practicing for the World Cup. This is the biggest tournament of the year. This is a tournament that if you win, you go down in paintball history. So this is the one practice everyone shows up for. We're practicing the Brooklyn Bears, which is a professional team. Along with that, there's gonna be some other teams out here. So this is gonna give us some crazy good practice. But you need paint for these practices. Just for an entire weekend, we bought an entire pallet of paint, and it's 120 cases on that one pallet. And that might seem like overkill, but as much as we shoot this practice, we need it. And that entire thing came out to $276 per person. So for breakfast this morning, I had a protein shake, and then I'm gonna eat some of these dates right here. So another big thing that we do for all of these tournaments is we always walk the field. The layout changes every single time there's a new tournament. This keeps things changing, but it also makes us have to adapt every single event. So super important to come out here, walk the field, make sure we know all the shots, what we can get a shot by, what we can shoot, so that we can have a very good practice and then prepare, see what works, see what doesn't work for the tournament. Start of day one, we did 15-second breakouts, and this is a great way to feel out how the field is going to play early and really just shoot some shots. And you can also get a little ballsy with what you're going to do on the field.
You can break the snake. I'm confident with you breaking A1 and working in. What I want you to work on for this next few little times, running and gunning. Get confident in that. The quicker you get confident in that, your ability to survive to get where you want to go increases a lot.
Understood. Yeah. 2-2-1 turret. Turret. It's gonna be turret. My gun's off.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah.
What you thinking, Jake?
What am I thinking?
What are you thinking, Jake?
I'm thinking I need a nap right now, or
Dude,
lunch or
it's
something.
2 o'clock.
Dude, that's what the problem is.
Once we hit past lunchtime, it was time to get into full points. Man, I gotta say, this is the fun part of the day because nobody really knows the field, so you can get away with a lot. And in order for me to learn as much as possible, try to be as aggressive as I can be.
Hey, back center's this way.
My gun started leaking air and it wouldn't stop, so I knew I was running out of time, so I had to go forward and cause as much damage as possible before the inevitable happened.
Back center's.
Okay. So we just finished up with practice on day one, so I'm gonna get some protein in before we head home. But this being the last practice of the season, I'm really reflecting on this whole entire journey of semi-pro. I've been on a big journey this year. Joining a semi-pro team was a huge learning curve, but even bigger than that is what I've been able to do to my physique. So I started my semi-pro journey in February and I was 172 pounds. And since then I've been able to put on 7 solid pounds and I'm lifting the heaviest weight that I've ever lifted. And one of the biggest things that's helped me do that is eating as much protein as possible. So I get around 200 grams of protein on a typical day. Conveniently enough, I started taking Birdman around the same time I started this journey. It's been instrumental in my daily diet. With 31 grams of protein in every scoop of Falcon Performance, it helps me hit my protein goals and recover from all this training. So if you're a scrawny baller and you want to put on some solid muscle, you can use my code MattGymRat to save yourself 10% on Birdman's Falcon Performance on Amazon. Big thanks to Birdman for sponsoring the video. Let's go home. So on the way home, I picked up a sub sandwich because I was craving one, and I did double protein. You always got to. And then we got home to the Airbnb, and that's another factor in for this cost. It's how much it costs just to stay here. So for the 3 nights we're staying here, it came out to $129.20 per person. Before I went to bed, me and Austin hit up Aldi, and that's another thing I do to save money on these trips is I always go to a grocery store, buy some bananas and some water, so I'm not spending an arm and leg on food at gas stations. I got home and got some rest and got ready for the second day of practice. Day 2 of practice. So yesterday we did a ton of breakout drills, did a ton of learning on the field. So today we are just gonna run points. We're gonna dial in the playbook, and then tomorrow it's just refining it. So I am excited for today because it's gonna be straight up just playing a ton to learn the field. I'm just ready. Let's go. Yep. Hey, Alpha! 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 Hey, kill the A1! Kill the A1! Sushi! Sushi! We are breaking for lunch. They're currently arguing over here. Look at that. I'm gonna have 2 bananas for lunch. They also do provide lunch here. They usually give us barbecue, but I just want some fast digestion carbs. Something that's not gonna sit on my stomach for too long. So down to 2 bananas. Ain't that right, Jake?
Okay, I heard that shit. And I'm checking Seattle.
Damn it.
And then I don't see anything.
That man eats his bananas like a grown adult. Steak! Hey, A1 steak! A1 steak! All right, boys, wrapping up day 2 here. It's time to go home, get some food. Chris, you're looking very, very Amish right now with that headgear. Are you gonna catch me looking like this right now? So practice ended around 4 o'clock, and we got home and had some Wingstop. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite traditions as the Growl team is eating Wingstop. After that, we sat down and had a team meeting where we talked through the past 2 days of practice and what we needed to do for Sunday to be prepared. And we're always serious in these meetings.
And I've never gone straight at it. So I've always gone to it.
Well, that last point Kevin was talking about, like you pretty much brush up against the waist paper.
45 seconds on the point was never noticed.
Which bunker?
So is that the consensus? We're just gonna go to that guy? The problem is he's the 4, isn't he?
For safety. Like if you want to set anyone up the middle, in my mind, like I think you like turret, cowboy, backup, like where like, you just have so many options.
Like that happened a lot today to me and JB.
I just how we not.
At the end of this practice, like the last match, I want to run it like just like we're gonna run it at the tournament.
Usually by Sunday morning, I got our playbook pretty much done. On Sunday, that's always been my goal.
When we leave this motherfucker tomorrow, like we know the 5, we know the plan, and we're running.
So the only thing fucking with me about tomorrow is I'll have that figured out tonight.
Let me see it. I think Jesus Christ, that's a dude.
Look at that thing.
That shit is warped.
Can't figure out what's going on with this thing.
Yeah, I don't know why it's been. Oh yeah, it looks really bad from that angle. Yeah. First time diving. Dude.
Second.
After the meeting was over, I hit up the store where I got some more waters and bananas, and I got home and had a snack and called it for day 2 and get ready for the last day of practice. All right, Sunday morning, it's the last day. Currently getting packed. We're gonna clean up out of the Airbnb. Time to get on the road, finish the last day of practice. Let's go to the field. Hey Eddie, roughly on average, how much money do you think you spend on a practice for food?
What, 40 bucks a day? If you go for 4 days, like we do, we were talking about 120 to $150.
Okay. Day 3, the plan for today, we are going to refine the playbook. We are gonna make sure that when we go out on the field, every single point at the tournament, we know what we're doing. We're gonna go out there, play the world's biggest tournament the best way we know how. Let's go. Yep, 2-1-2. Stick! Stick! Hey, the center! Hey, kill the snake! Kill the snake! Kill 2! Kill 3!
Hey, 2, 2, 1. Matt, I'm listening for you.
Back center's this way.
Snake! Snake! Snake A1! Hey, kill the snake! Kill the snake! Hey, the A1! The A1, Robbie! Hey, kid!
Chris, what are you doing? Tell the people about bounce shots real quick.
Oh, so a bounce shot in paintball, I don't really like doing it. Do need to be prepared for events because other teams are gonna do it. If anybody knows about science and stuff like that, sometimes, you know, you shoot something, the left side of something, it'll be like a 90-degree angle. Shoot this way and then bounce directly to the left.
Yeah.
So you gotta like look at the angles of everything and see what works and what doesn't.
Let me ask you now since I got you. How much do you think you spend on average for one practice weekend?
People roughly pay anywhere from, depending how much you shoot, like you could spend anywhere from 100 to over 200 per person on the team.
Just on paint?
Yeah, just on paint. Oh.
Look at this dude.
All right, boys. We're wrapping up day 3, last day. It's an early day. Just refine the playbook, figure out a little bit of things that we didn't know, fixed it. Now it's time to go home. And before I show you how much I spent on this practice, let's see what some other people think they spend. How much do you think you spend on average for a layout practice weekend?
If you have an 8 to 10 person team, $400.
So like, you know, full productive weekend, I'd say like 180.
If you add in food and travel and stay.
Oh, food and travel and all of that, I'd say maybe like $400 to $500.
Okay. How much do you think you spend on a weekend for a layout, travel and food included?
Around $700 between hotel, gas, snacks, paint, dinners. About $700.
Okay.
Add in the drive, the paint, the food, everything. It's all about $400.
Okay.
Hotel, all that. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say about 200, 250.
250?
Put in paint, food, you know, gas money and the hotel rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so the final answer that you wanted to know. How much does it cost for one of these practices? So for the paint, we spent $276. For the stay, it was $129.20. Since we packed ourselves like sardines in the truck for the whole entire weekend, the 5-hour trip there and the 5-hour trip back, $47.50 per person for gas. And the last cost is food. Luckily for me, I saved money going to the grocery stores and stacking up, so it only came out to $109.50 for food. So the total cost to practice like a professional paintball player is $562.20.